What if I told you the biggest rivalry in the Premier League has been turned completely upside down? For years, everyone said Mikel Arteta was just Pep Guardiola's student. But as the 2025-26 season gets insane, the student has built a perfect system of control, while the master himself is being forced to tear up his own rulebook. This isn't just a rivalry. This is a war for the soul of football, fought by two of the smartest brains on the planet. After 3 years of finishing second, Arteta's Arsenal is an unstoppable machine built on a defense that literally suffocates other teams. They are number one in the Premier League, a powerhouse of pure consistency. And then you have Guardiola's Manchester City, the kings of football, who are discovering that the game they invented is now being used against them, forcing them to find brand new, and sometimes chaotic, ways to win. So, whose master plan is actually winning? Is it Arteta's empire of complete control, a system so perfect it's the best in all of Europe? Or will Pep's crazy evolution and mad scientist tinkering prove there's always another way to win? Let's break down the single biggest tactical battle in the Premier League, the empire of control. To understand why Arsenal is dominating the league, you need to know one insane fact. It is basically impossible to score against them. According to Opta, as of early March 2026, they are at the very top of the table. After 29 games this season, their defensive stats were so crazy, it looked like a video game cheat code. They had the lowest expected goals against per game (XGA) at just 0.70, totally 20.24, and had only let in 22 goals, 22. Teams literally cannot get a good shot against. This team also take 13 clean sheet. How is this possible? It all comes down to one word: control. Without the ball, Arsenal is a perfectly oiled machine. They build a human wall in an unbelievably compact 4-4-2 formation, clogging the middle of the field and forcing you to the sidelines. The space between players is perfect, the lines are unbreakable, and there is zero room to play. This defense is so strong because every single player is a physical monster who can win their battles and is smart enough to block every pass. But the 200 IQ genius part is how they're set up while they attack. Arteta has created a rest defense, which is a fancy way of saying they are already in position to defend. The second they lose the ball, they win it right back. This system is designed to stop wild back and forth games. They don't want a basketball game, they want a chess game where they control every single move. This philosophy of total control is just as obvious in their attack, which has two dominant, almost unstoppable weapons. First, set pieces. In a world where most teams focus on open play, Arsenal has turned corner kicks into a goldmine. As of early March 2026, they have scored 19 goals from set pieces, include counting penalties, in a huge 2-1 win over Chelsea. Both of their goals came from corners, which brought their total from corners alone to 16 for the season, tying a Premier League record with 9 games left to play. This isn't luck, it's the master plan of their set-piece coach Nicolas Jova, who they famously stole from Manchester City. Their second weapon is their hypnotic build-up play, with their new midfield general, Martin Zubimendi, running the show and Declan Rice free to attack more. Arsenal passes the ball over and over and over on one side of the field to trick the other team. They create little passing triangles to confuse you, wait for the perfect second, and then boom, they switch the ball to the other side of the field and attack the wide open space. It's a strategy built on executing the same perfect patterns again and again until you just break. This is Arteta's empire, built on order, structure, and absolute control. The evolution of an innovator, Guardiola's City. Now, let's talk about the final boss, Pep Guardiola. For his entire career, he's had one simple rule: dominate the ball. But the game has changed. Every team has studied his playbook, and now they are literally designed to destroy his system. This has forced Pep, the greatest innovator in the game, to adapt while he still wants to control the game with passes. He's become way more practical. We're seeing a Man City team that is willing to be more direct, more chaotic, and honestly, a little less pep. You can see this evolution in his players and his tactics. Instead of killing teams with 1,000 passes, City now try to get the ball to their goal-scoring cyborg, Erling Haaland, as fast as possible. We've even seen them use a 2 false 9 south system, where Haaland, a giant striker, drops deep to pass the ball, creating space for another attacker to run into. This isn't the old Man City. This is a team that can hit you on the counter-attack and will completely change its game plan just to destroy you. For example, in some games, Pep has told his wingers to stay in the middle of the field to bait the other team into pressing them, creating huge gaps. In other games, they go back to classic Pep, using wide players to stretch the field. You never know what you're going to get. But this new unpredictability has a cost. By changing so much, City sometimes doesn't look like the unstoppable force they used to be. They've struggled against teams that just follow them man-to-man, and they can be beaten on the counter-attack themselves. Their success now depends more on incredible moments of individual magic instead of just crushing teams with their system. It's an unbelievable tactical shift. Pep is no longer just forcing his style on you. He's reacting, he's tinkering, and he's problem-solving in a league where everyone has his notes. He's trading a little bit of his famous control for a more adaptable and sometimes more explosive attack. The decisive battle as this insane Premier League season comes to a close. We are watching a legendary clash of ideas. On one side, you have Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, who have perfected the art of control. They've built the league's most terrifying defense, a relentless set-piece machine, and an attack that just grinds you into dust with repeatable, perfect moves. They are no longer the challengers. They are a team with a title-winning identity. On the other side, you have Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, a team of mad scientists in a state of constant evolution. Faced with a league that has figured him out, Guardiola has become the master of adaptation, changing his system every single week to find a new way to win. His team is less predictable, but for the first time ever, maybe not the guaranteed winner in every single match. The apprentice has built an empire on an unbreakable structure and control. The master, to fight back, has embraced tactical chaos. The war for the Premier League is about to reach its epic conclusion, and the only question is, will the student's perfect system finally beat the master, or does the innovator have one more crazy idea that will change everything? Let me know who you think will lift the trophy in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.